Nick, this is like our recurring thing, is that every single time we meet up to film, no matter how many episodes we're filming in a day, always at least one thing will go super wrong per filming session. Normally it's that my camera just stops recording, because it stops recording every 20 minutes. I don't know why that's a feature. But sometimes we forget to check it, and then it'll just roll for like 10 minutes where we only get audio from like the separate recorder. And then I just have to like fill the video with black screen and pictures. It's always exciting. Yeah.
I feel that. Something always has to go wrong. If y'all want me to record 2, oh sorry.
3 feels excessive. It'd be funny, but that feels excessive. Yeah. The Zoom ones tend to go a little smoother just because it's like, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but what can go wrong? I feel like enough went wrong the first time we tried to do a Zoom that it made up for all of the future ones. We got it out of the way.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah. I had this weird recurring dream. You know when you're trying to wake up, but for some reason every time you wake up you're super, super tired, even though it's not that early.
Yes.
And you keep falling back into the same dream.
Yes.
That was me this morning, where I had a dream that we were supposed to teleparty at 11 a.m. right, for this movie, and I dreamed that I accidentally overslept until 5:45 p.m. And then I was like, sorry guys, and then we did the meeting, but I kept being late for the meeting or something. I was like, why am I having stress dreams about this? I just kept falling asleep and waking up, and I was so tired, and I was like, I'm gonna be late for this Zoom call.
Oh wow.
But I made it. Here we are. It's not 5:45, so yeah.
That's something I would like actually do. And not and not just dream about. I would just that would happen to me. Absolutely. I was so late last night.
I have not been able to sleep late.
I just got very wrapped up in setting up my apartment. I just have to decide where to put on my like wall decorations. So I'm thinking through the options right now, because I have so many things. And it's such a weird apartment layout. I'm sure you'll see when you eventually come over, Shannon. It's just like, I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to like set it up, because it's like just really long and skinny in a weird way. That's like, now I'm glad that I only had the little couch, because there's not really a space for anything more. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to have a new podcasting background. I feel like every video we've done recently has been in a different location somehow, after 20 of them in a row in your house. So that'll be fun.
Oh wow.
Set it up for Halloween. I mean, we had, last time was my house. The time before that was my car in the parking lot of an Outback Steakhouse. Yeah, so keeping it lively.
Well, should we like start talking about the movie, I guess?
I'm overwhelmed by everything.
I don't know when we'll start this, but welcome to the Pawlywood Pawdcast. It's week 3 of HOWLoween.
You're getting better at it.
I'm getting better. I have to think about it a lot, but I'm getting better. But yeah, we're here. We watched Scooby Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I'd seen. Had either of you seen it?
No, I had only seen the first one.
Okay. It was a new one all around then. But yeah, we're here with a guest today. This was at his request.
This is my favorite, when people just like cold message me like, can I watch this on the podcast? I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah. And it was perfectly Halloween time, because we were trying to decide what we were going to do next anyway. It worked out perfectly.
Yeah, this was on the list. The HOWLoween list.
I can't do it again. I said it once.
You got it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Who are you? Who's our guest today? Introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hi y'all. I'm Nick Liu. I studied with Shannon and Sydney, and we were all in the same film fraternity. So I know, like, y'all had Liam the other week, right?
Yeah, we've had a lot of almost all of our guests have been
Yeah.
from DKA.
Oh,
And it's almost that exact introduction.
Yep. I went to college with these two. I mean, it's always true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this has been like I've enjoyed this as a way to stay in touch with people.
Me too.
Yeah, no, this is super fun. And like well, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming.
This is so much fun. I remember like so I watched the Liam episode and then I watched the Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. That was one of your first ones, right?
That was our second episode.
Second ever.
Yeah.
And now we're on this
Wow.
23.
Oh my God, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
It sounds a lot more impressive than it feels.
Yeah, it's like barely 2 a month, so
yeah.
I feel like it ebbs and flows. We sometimes get better at making them and then sometimes we get worse.
If there's like a fun theme, we're pretty on top of it. But those in betweens are, who knows when anything's gonna happen.
Yeah. And then it'll be the worst episodes that get the most views. For some reason, we did one about Shaun the Sheep and it was like fine, but the problem was that it was a good movie, so there wasn't really that much like funny commentary for us to make about it or anything really, and like people have seen it. No one really needs to hear us talk about it. That one has almost 550 views. Most of them have 12 views.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened there.
What?
I think something happened with the algorithm and it's just getting sent to everyone because it just keeps going up. We think maybe parents are looking for Shaun the Sheep content for their kids because the average watch duration is like 30 seconds. So people aren't watching it. They're just
they click on it, they're
like, oh,
song, and they go, no, I'm good.
Oh
that's
my God.
Bizarre.
That is weird. That was really weird.
Puss in Boots was a really good movie. Yes. Way on the other end of the spectrum is today's movie.
Yes.
Oh, way to get us back to the
topic. Brother. Yeah. Segues, you know?
Segues.
I felt like I was in an altered state, sort of, the whole time I was watching it. Every single scene, I was like, this is the craziest scene. And then something else would happen.
There was really something every 5 seconds. There was
every 5 seconds there was a crazy scene and a different song that would play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was exhausting. Many. I couldn't tell. Okay. I felt like the music supervisor was either way underpaid or way overpaid, and I couldn't tell which. Because like they were doing a lot and it did not make sense.
I mean, it felt like all of the money had to have gone to getting any of those songs.
Yeah, so, I know. I was like, what is the budget on this movie?
Yeah.
I wonder if they just gave
big songs.
They gave like a list of like, these are songs that could be fun. And then they said, okay, all of them. And we'll play them each for 10 seconds and we'll throw them in at random.
Yeah, it was like they licensed all of them on accident somehow, and then they were like, well, we have to like make use of it now. I had whiplash.
So bizarre.
Every single time.
Really weird. It's like TikTok sounds, or like you only have access to like 30 seconds of it.
Or like how on like YouTube, I think you don't get like copyrighted if it's like 30 seconds or less. It was maybe we can use all these songs without paying for them.
Yeah, it was almost like, did they get it cheaper to just get like a sample? Like definitely not. But why? Maybe they thought the movie was gonna be 3 hours long and they had to get enough songs for that runtime. I don't know. I mean, this is on par with Repo the Genetic Opera in terms of songs per minute. Because it's like one song every minute. Okay, I guess recap, right?
Well, I'm okay.
Oh, outfits. Sorry, I always forget.
What are we wearing today?
Who can guess?
Who can guess?
Yeah, we're Mystery Inc. It's not a huge leap. We're 3/5 of how many of them are there? 5, 6?
There's 5.
What's
Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
We're missing Scooby Doo and Daphne.
And Daphne.
Yeah.
I went for classic Fred because he doesn't really wear the classic Fred uniform in this one. He wears a lot of puffer vests.
They kind of each just have a color and then they wear that, or a color or two.
But Fred had like white and blue, and it was just like
orange.
any puffer vest. Yeah. So I went for classic Fred because that's what I had. This isn't orange like his, but it's pretty close. So I think it kind of suits me, to be honest. Maybe I should dress like this now.
It's like the opposite of your kind of usual aesthetic.
Yeah.
It's very like
that's true.
Crap.
Going like light goth to himbo core.
Yeah.
It suits you. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nick, how's yours looking? What have you got?
Yeah. So I'm Velma. The fit is weird because I dried it and you're not supposed to.
Yep.
So
I have sweaters like that.
it's like I haven't used it in a while, but yeah, I remember this kind of reminds me of when like your whole house dressed up as Velma.
More than our whole house. There were about 15 of us.
What?
You weren't one of the Velmas?
Oh, I was one of the Velmas. I was
one
of the Velmas. Yeah.
It was like us and Isabel were gonna do it, and then I think Josh joined in. And then like slowly, like a couple other people planned it and joined in. And then there were a handful of people that showed up to the party, went, everyone's Velma, let me go home and change.
That was the best part, is the amount of Velmas was growing without the number of party attendees changing.
Yeah.
And I remember it was raining, and like Seth still went out in the rain to go put on his Velma sweater.
Oh yeah.
I'll put some photos in the edit.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the origin, it was like people we barely even knew, like Kenny's boyfriends would show up, and it was that's the great thing about a group costume where everyone is the same thing, is like there's no pressure to come up with a different member of the group. Like I remember in high school we used to have Spirit Week for homecoming, and there would be like a movie themed day or whatever, and me and my friend group did the Breakfast Club, and there were 5 of us and it worked out perfectly. But then people who didn't have a group kept being like, oh, can I join your group? And we were like, there's not really other members of the Breakfast Club, but if you can think of something, then sure, because we don't want to be exclusionary. And that's how we ended up with the Breakfast Club plus the principal and the janitor. Which are some really awkward group photos, but it's just like there's not that many members. But we didn't know what to tell them. But the good thing about a costume like this is just anyone can just show up in the same thing. There's no limit. It's really good. It's a really good big group costume. I was sad I got rid of the outfit because I was like, I'm never gonna wear this again.
I have it somewhere, but like as hot as this outfit is, my like turtleneck sweater was gonna be even worse.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Shaggy, but I'm specifically Shaggy when he goes to what was the bar called? The Faux Ghost.
The Faux Ghost.
The Faux Ghost.
Where he and Scooby
one of the most
are
insane scenes.
They're in like disco disguise.
Yeah.
Which Shaggy was just kind of in all bright green suit.
He looks like a leprechaun.
He did.
Very
much. The undershirt was like a frilly brown thing, which is kind of what I have. But I gotta stand up because I'm sure by the end of this I may lose these pants. But I've got literally a full.
That's pretty good.
I've worn these pants on here before, at least once. I think it was for Love on a Leash when she wore all green.
Oh.
It's my second all green outfit. But yeah. And my hair is kind of shaggy length at the moment.
I see it.
A little longer, but kind of the same deal.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll move into the recap.
Oh boy. How to even
Nick, do you like the pun? I have to ask every guest if they appreciate my pun work.
I like it.
And whether they have any questions. Do you have any questions?
Oh yeah, do you have any questions about any of the segments that we sent over?
What is the okay? this is like the one that has said like is pretty self-explanatory.
It's
I can't believe
why
you're
do you
the
need
first
to ask?
person to be brave enough to ask about the one that we clearly need to
It
explain.
needs no explanation. It's
This is funny though, because I think everyone else has just been so scared to ask that they're just like, I have no questions, and we're like, that's a lie. Yeah, where would you put the train? You just think about the movie and you think about where it could be improved by adding a train.
I feel like all movie podcasts have some weird segments.
That's true.
That's true.
That's most of ours.
Yeah.
I guess.
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yes, the recat. How did this start?
The insane opening credits that felt genuinely like a motion simulator ride at Universal. Like it was so much like the Spider-Man or the Transformers ride, looping through buildings and flying around. Don't even know what's happening yet. The font is crazy. I don't even know how they shot that. Was that all CG? Did they put something on a drone? I don't know.
My guess would be all CG.
Yeah, I think it was mostly CG.
It felt like the what was it? Maybe it was it Surf's Up that I was the episode where I was talking about they just really loved their roller coaster sequences and like movies around 2005 like 2005 to 2010. It felt like every movie that had animation in it had to have a roller coaster scene.
That's true.
Some sort.
True.
Yeah, they couldn't put it anywhere else, so just the credits.
Despicable Me.
Yeah.
The opening kind of gave me like Men in Black vibes with like the music.
Yeah. I can see that. It does.
Yeah, I don't know why, but like very like 90s, 2000s core.
Yeah. When did this come out?
Yeah, 2000s core. That's a great question.
2004, I think.
Okay, that
feels right.
About right.
The CG was very 2004. Everything was very 2004.
Very 2004.
Outfits.
Oh yeah, 2004. Yeah.
But in some ways, ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Just take my word.
In some ways, I'm not entirely sure which ways you're referencing.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Don't worry.
But yeah, so there's that sequence, and then it starts with the mystery van limo pulls up. That's great.
This is the point where I started wondering, hey, is it bad that I don't remember Scooby Doo 1? I don't think you need to know, but I kind of was wondering, when did they get famous? When did they become local heroes?
I mean, between Scooby Doo 1 and Scooby Doo 2, I don't really think anything's changed. Like, I think or maybe it's like, I think they might even be famous before the first live action Scooby Doo, because I feel like they, especially in this one, because they were referencing like, oh, our high school hangout, we were solving those mysteries. So this is like they're like in their 20s and they've gone to college. Apparently, one of them said that.
Oh yeah, freshman.
Shaggy went to college.
Yeah.
Is that a steroids joke also?
I don't know. So at least Shaggy went to college for a year, and now they're like back in the game.
So they're famous now. They're kind of influencers. Each one of them has a little moment with their fans where there's people who got Daphne's face tattooed on their chest. There's like the Velma squad who are obsessed with Velma, and I'm like, that's just us.
I was gonna say like, oh, only Velma's, I guess Scooby's because they were dogs. Only they like look like the person. But Daphne was wearing around a shirt with her face on her chest for like a good 30 minutes.
That was really good.
So they all kind of look like it.
Yeah, it wasn't even the main outfit. She had a jacket on and then she took it off to have a sword fight, and it's never really addressed. It's just a Daphne shirt.
That's really funny. I kind of want that of myself. merch of my own
shirt.
face, and it just says Sydney. I feel like that's really good.
Yeah, not even like
That
a
is
last
really
name
good.
either. Just
Oh,
Sydney.
yeah.
Just
Just
And like a
Sydney.
weird kind of word art font,
Mm-hmm.
and like a
Yeah.
really random picture of like just my face. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
really good.
Scooby. This is the
That
first
is,
time I
yeah.
ever remember hearing Scooby actually bark like a dog to communicate with his fans.
Oh, yeah.
That threw me off.
No, it was funny that I don't know, the dogs had dialogue and like, I forgot what they said. Was it like, I don't know. I don't
It
remember
was
any of
like
my
sniff my
but
butt. Like
yeah, sniff my
Yeah.
butt.
subtitled dog fan audio. So weird. Yeah, so they have their limo, they all have their fans. There's a reporter. Within 5 seconds, it's clear that she's the villain. She is Alicia Silverstone. The concept was have they always lived in a city called like Coolsville?
I have
That's
absolutely
just
no
canon. Okay. Because that was wild to me. But Coolsville
Yeah.
has a museum called the Coolsonian,
idea.
which sure, okay. They're doing an exhibit on all of the monster costumes that Mystery Incorporated like unmasked and saved the town from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because normally in Scooby Doo lore, it's not a monster, it's a guy with a suit on. But in this one, something about the costumes and some weird alchemy stuff is allowing real monsters to be made. Do I have that right? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
which is the same plot as the first one. I think.
I feel like it was.
It's like, I don't remember who does it, but it's like the same sort of deal of like, oh, I hit people with my goo ray, and now they're monsters. Or maybe they were just making monsters, because I think there was something of like, oh, if they go out in the sunlight, they like are vampires, and it like turns into dust. I could be completely imagining all of this.
Maybe. I couldn't tell you. There's a lot that happens in these movies.
But it is interesting how like these live action ones have like that actual kind of magical element to them. When like the cartoon, or at least like a lot of the cartoons, it's always just a guy in a hat with some sort of contraption.
Yeah.
No, exactly. I guess they felt like they had to really up the stakes to justify making a whole movie out of it. I don't know.
Yeah. I do think though that this is based off of one of the animated movies, because I feel like at least the beginning, when they're like at the museum, and then like things at their like exhibit, and then things like come to life. I think I remember that. Because there was like a summer where my sister and I watched whatever Scooby Doo movie was on Disney Channel every single day. So I've seen like all of the like hour-long animated ones, it feels like. And this feels familiar.
There
but
is
past
so
that
much
premise, I didn't recognize any of this. So I don't know how that went.
There's a lot of like Scooby Doo IP. I mean, I don't know what is what between the short animated movies and the show. I guess had shorter episodes. I feel like I used to watch the cartoon as a kid. I used to like it, and my mom would always be like, they underpay their artists, and I was like, I'm 5. I don't know
what.
Like that's not my business.
Yeah. Oh. There's a musical. It's by a lot of the Star Kid people, which is why I know it. I mean, it's not technically this, but it's Scooby Doo. So they all just have slightly different names, but they all dress the same. And it's the same vibe as this, of like, now they're all 30, and a while back, the dog, I don't remember what they called the dog. It's not Scooby. It's slightly different. It's like I can't think of it. Everything that's come to my head is definitely not it. It's not Scooby. But it's like it's something like slightly different.
Yeah.
But yeah, in this musical, the dog has died. The dog died on their final mission, and then the gang disbanded, and everyone went their separate ways. And so Shaggy is like a detective. He's like competent. And then Velma is like she's got, it's like Sherlock Holmes vibes, where her brain is too much, so she's on a lot of drugs. And then they like reunite for a new case. And there's just one other guy in the cast who plays everyone in like a different hat. It's fun. I recommend.
That's fun.
I'm blanking on what it's called right now, but it's really fun. Now I want to go watch it. I did lose my leather pants.
Yeah. The whole outfit is gone.
Yeah. That's too hot for my outfit.
It is, yeah. It is really hot. Oh my gosh.
Okay. After Coolsonian, the next thing I wrote down is Daphne Sword. I think in between that is when the pterodactyl ghost bursts through the window and
we
all the
meet
monsters swarm.
We meet the guy, the like museum curator who likes Velma. And he's the shortest man. He's shorter than Scooby Doo. And yeah, he reminded me just in looks a little bit like Jeremy.
Oh yeah.
He is sort of that. I feel like Seth Green has that vibe.
Yeah.
That
he
variety
does.
of man.
Yeah.
So the monsters show up. He's sad because it was his exhibit. I don't know. He works there. Daphne is like the only one doing anything for about 15 minutes as they all run around screaming, and she is doing full sword choreography with both hands.
Yeah.
But then Velma kind of saves the day at the end because she figures out like some cheat code for the monster. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really remember. They try to like wrap it up in a rope, but like Shaggy and Scooby don't tie the knots or something. And then they spend the rest of the movie going, I'm not cut out for this. Everyone hates me.
Yeah, that's a big B plot. Is Shaggy...
everyone's having that like existential crisis except for Fred.
Yeah, Fred's
he's just there, but everyone else is like, I'm not good enough for this group the whole time.
That's true.
I was getting a lot of 2023 Barbie and Ken from Daphne and Fred in this one.
Especially Fred in the first live action one looks exactly like Ken.
Like he does look like him.
Yeah.
Exact same hair.
But yeah, so that's kind of how Scooby and Shaggy end up finding like a business card for the faux ghost, which is the villain hideout lounge bar. Basically.
I clearly wasn't paying enough attention because like I missed a lot of those sort of things that like connected anything that happened.
The connections were loose. I don't think that's fully on you. But they found a clue as they were looking for clues to try to prove that they were useful. And it said faux ghost. And then they somehow find the faux ghost and it's a bar. And then it got really into like a weird blaxploitation homage territory.
Yeah.
In terms of like the costumes and it got strange. Yeah. They're in disguise.
Especially.
Yeah. It has like cat suit, like afro wig. It's a lot.
Yeah, and like some glasses. So much.
So they're in full like disco disguise, and no one can tell it's them because they have like a wig and a hat on each. And that's enough to be completely unrecognizable, even though one of them is a talking dog.
Well, they do reference that. Isn't somebody like, I'll talk to you because of your brother's facial deformity?
Yeah. But still. Like you can see, they've all met these people. These are like all the monsters they've busted before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was also before, sorry, my notes are all over the place and hard to read. But a major plot point is that Mystery Inc., the gang, has been canceled. This is why I said it was ahead of its time. It was very much like they're canceled. Everybody hates them. Everyone thinks they don't like the city because they kind of messed up the exhibit trying to fight the monsters. So that's important to know, I guess, going forwards. Yeah, so they're in the lounge, they're talking to the monsters, they get recognized. I think they have to leave. Hot Velma shows up again. This is like a thing, and I think it does happen in both movies. There's like a Hot Velma.
I think in the first one though, it's like she is under some sort of like spell.
Like possession or something.
Was it?
Yeah, like she either like, I don't know. She somehow, I don't think it was like a choice.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
But this, it's like, the museum guy is like, I like you. And then she's like fleeing herself across the room to hide. And Daphne's like, go out, like, just do something about this.
Yeah, Velma's crawling on the floor out of despair.
And then Velma goes, I'm not hot. And Daphne goes, me neither, or something. And you're like, what?
Like, come on.
What is that argument?
And she's like, just pretend to be a mysterious jet setter if that's what you want to be. So she puts on this squeaky leather cat suit and her hair gets longer. But she's super uncomfortable and her costume keeps squeaking and she's like, that was my costume.
You gotta have some bar jokes.
Yeah, of course. What else
would
you do? But yeah, so then we go back to Scooby and Shaggy are trying to investigate. Absolutely bonkers sequence where they start drinking all these potions and Shaggy turns into like a hot girl. And then Scooby becomes like the cartoon like Daredevil.
The Tasmanian
Devil. The like Looney Tunes guy. And
I was really wondering, so like Scooby drinks this potion and he turns into the Tasmanian Devil. Shaggy drinks the same potion and turns into a girl. And then the same thing, they both drink the same one again, and Shaggy gets really buff and turns like dumber, and Scooby Doo turns into Albert Einstein. Like, huh?
I guess it's like the love potion in Harry Potter, where it's sort of a different effect on each person. I don't think they thought about it though.
I like that theory.
Yeah,
I think probably just not great writing is a better theory. That scene was crazy. I don't know why he didn't stay smart. Like, why did he drink the antidote? He could have been so much more useful.
He was like, man, I miss doing dog things. Didn't he say that as soon as he got really smart and could talk?
Yeah, he was like, my simple old life.
Which I'm glad though he turned back, because I don't think I could have. That was really an annoying character.
Yeah.
The way that it talked. I really like how Scooby Doo all the time. It's just like
Rory.
Yeah. Like half the time you have no idea what he's saying.
Yeah, I think I also loved like Shaggy's facial expressions each time he like got the each time he drank the potion, he's like his eyes are so wide.
Yeah, Matthew Lillard is kind of crazy. Like okay, wait. I was talking to somebody recently about how our generation doesn't really have a Jim Carrey, like an actor who's known for just doing insane comedic roles and is very iconic in film in that way. I know Matthew Lillard was more 2000s, but he does feel like a successor, just in terms of like he's a good actor, but he does like this insane mugging.
What is he up to? Is he still doing things?
I don't know.
He absolutely could have been. He just
I think he was in something recently.
He's not in as many things as like Jim Carrey is.
Yeah, but him and Scream and him in this. Yeah. Very iconic.
Yeah, I want to give him a dramatic role. Like, you know, when you give like
give him his
Jim
Eternal
Carrey
Sunshine.
Yeah, and you're like, wow, actually that works. Let's give Matthew Lillard that.
I have good news. He's in the new Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's in Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's not the dramatic role I was looking for, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Wait, no, he really was. They just set the cameras up and let him just go nuts for those sequences. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like the Scooby Shaggy duo was like, I don't know, that was just so funny. I was like, what is going on? I think that was my favorite parts.
Yeah. Because that's the thing too, is there's no straight man. It's just two insane people. Like outdoing each other every time anything happens. There's no audience insert.
That is a good point. I mean, honestly, who is the straight man of the Scooby Doo gang?
I feel like it's Daphne and Fred.
Yeah, but sometimes they do stuff that like what? I really liked when they were like stuck in that like hamster ball with some sort of science fingerprint lock, and she was like, I've got my makeup, and then she just like puts a makeup wipe on it, and all of a sudden that works, and she goes, I love being a girl.
Girl boss. So okay, girl boss. Scooby and Shaggy then wander off somewhere else. No one has seen them because they told everyone that Scooby had rabies and they needed fresh air, and they all were just like,
cream in his mouth.
That sounds right.
But
they start
that
playing...
reminded me of I always, whenever there's like whipped cream at my house at home, I like to spray the whipped cream in my dog's mouth like that. I go, open up, and then I just spray the whipped cream down on them, and they go, ah. And it gets like all over their face. It's so fun. They enjoy.
Oh.
But then they don't turn to me and go, oh, like Ruh-roh, I have rabies.
I think so. This is when they find out that some device makes like a fun techno DJ sound.
Yes.
And so they start playing a techno song, and there's sort of like a little rap and
that's the Scooby Doo
electronic. Because I don't even know, but they started making music.
In the end, in the end credits, there was a song listed as like Scooby Doo rap. It was like, what is that? It probably is that, when they're like just hitting buttons and going, we're the greatest detectives.
But it's turning all of the monsters alive, basically. And they don't notice until the end of their song. They kind of have to once again run out, escape. Scooby drives the van. That's a thing that has to happen, of course.
Yeah. There's also the whole thing going on too, which I thought was funny, because there's like an old guy who was the cellmate of Tim Blake Nelson, who was the original pterodactyl ghost, which is ridiculous that's what he was. But he was in jail, and then he tried to jump out of the roof with like, it had some kind of like Icarus vibes, where he like tried to fly out of the jail and then died. But yes, his like cellmate, who's an old guy, was also some villain with a ridiculous name, and he's like kind of tame now, but he's trying to like buy part of the town to turn it into a summer camp for kids. That's a mining summer camp where the kids go and they spend like 18 hours a day in the mines. It's so fun, and we get free labor. That beat, I was like,
I feel like that's worse.
Yeah, it's like, that's the worst villain. Like, everyone else is just like, I want to rule Coolsville or whatever. It's like, okay, I guess you can, but like, what are you gonna do? This guy had like an actual plan, and it was child labor, and he was going about it in like a legit fashion, it seemed like.
The investors.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, good point.
But yeah, then they're driving away, and all the different monsters are chasing them, and nobody's
kind of a
driving.
Ghostbusters scene.
Yeah.
Was that when that was when like the not Slimer, but the this
the tar
world's version
the
of
tar
Slimer?
one? Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
And I think this leads us to my favorite scene of the movie. Because my next note is Dead or Alive.
No, there. Okay,
budget. Wait. Okay.
First there was after the car, then they're like, man, we're really canceled. Because I think there's another break-in or something at the museum where they steal all the costumes, or maybe that already happened. That was earlier. And now they're like super canceled. And they go to like their old high school hideout. And and Velma's like, oh, here's my weird tech. It's exactly what we need for right now. And then Shaggy and Scooby are outside like being sad. And then at some point some kids like come by on a bike and they're like, you guys are losers. And that happened to me once. So
what?
This is a Halloween story, so it's fitting. How old was I? I think when I was either 14 or 15, I was a stick figure for Halloween. So I just wore an all black outfit, and then I took like masking tape or something, and I made a stick figure outline, and then I made like a poster board into a big smiley face mask for me to look at. And it looks really dumb. I'll give it to the kid, because when I was walking around, some like 9-year-old shouted at me, "That's a stupid costume." Or I think he was like, "What are you?" And I was like, "I'm a stick figure." And he's like, "That's dumb." And I was like, "Okay." And it felt a lot like that. It brought me back to when a different child yelled at me and called me dumb on the streets.
The trauma. Halloween trauma.
Yeah, Halloween trauma. It was a dumb costume. They were right. But like also the confidence to just like yell at a teenager that you look dumb. Wow.
That takes some
like
guts.
I couldn't even do that to a teenager now. They're scary. Like I don't think I was a scary 14-year-old, but still.
They are
What's
scary.
the dumbest costume everyone did at any point? That. Oh. It's not too bad.
I was Twister one year. I was a Crayon one year. Those were kind of dumb.
I was the Common App my senior year of high school.
That's really
the
good.
Scariest costume of all.
Wait, what did that look like?
That's really funny.
It was so dumb. It was like I printed out like a sheet of paper of the logo, the Common Application logo. And then I put it on a white shirt.
That was really high effort that year.
Yeah.
Very high effort. Very high effort.
I feel like the Automaton Man, the man on the Automaton box was also pretty dumb.
Very niche.
Yeah.
That is very niche.
I've tried to explain it to other people, and they're like,
there's just so many layers to get through.
Yeah.
Explain it.
A lot of
what's your dumbest costume?
I don't know. I've done some really basic ones when I was younger. I think my dumbest one, when I was in 2nd grade, I wanted to make my own costume. So I just went through my like bin of random stuff I had in my closet. And I just wore like black pants and a black shirt and this big feathery mask I had. And I was like, I'm a wood creature. And to this day, I don't really know what a wood creature is.
Yeah, where did that come from?
It's creative.
No idea, but I was really proud of it. But it was just black clothes and a mask.
I think maybe when I was like 4 or 5, I was Princess Sydney, and it was just like my mom made me a pink dress. And I was specifically Princess Sydney, though.
What are you guys gonna be?
I have no idea. I wasn't gonna do anything, but the kids that I nanny keep asking me when I'm gonna be, and I was like, nothing. I'm not doing anything. But I feel like, Halloween's on a Tuesday, so I'll probably see them. I feel like I should do something.
Yeah.
So it needs to be something recognizable by like a 5th grader.
I'll just be in class. I have night class too, which is annoying.
Oh,
I
7
can't
to 10
remember.
p.m.
Yesterday, I don't remember what
Oh.
joke I made.
So I might
made
dress up for class.
some joke about Frankenstein. I don't know why. And then the 5th grader was like, I'm gonna call you Frank now. And I was like, okay, why? And then she pulled out she doesn't have a phone, she just has an Apple Watch, and she talks into it like the only other person I see talk into their Apple Watch like that is my grandpa. And she starts talking into it, and she's like, she finds my contact and just like changes it to Frank. I was like, what? What is this bit? I don't really remember why.
Frank.
So committed to the bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I remembered why though. I don't at all. So not Frankenstein, because I think I'll be made fun of.
I mean, maybe that's the way to
kid.
You gotta just lean into it. I miss like I need to do a good group costume. Like I look forward to
a good idea of something.
Yeah, well,
like I don't remember what it was.
If you and I are ever in the same city at the same thing for Halloween, I think we gotta be Velocipaster and Carol.
Oh, that's what it was. Yes.
Yeah, like the inflatable dinosaur and like the dumb little jumpsuit that she wears. I think would be so funny.
Yeah, because
that'd be funny.
I would absolutely wear one of those T-Rex suits, and we could put like a little priest.
Oh my god, yeah,
little priest collar on
it. That'd be really good. Yeah, someday soon. Maybe next year.
Yeah. Nick, do you know what you're doing with Halloween costume plans?
Oh my gosh, I haven't even really thought about it. I think, well, the thing is, like, I'm like, all my friends aren't in Arizona right now. So I'm like, I don't know.
That's kind of my
because they all went to college somewhere else. Right?
I have nowhere to go, nothing to do.
The nice thing about being in school is I feel like someone will host some sort of party, but it might just be in like November for like Halloween 2 once everyone's
Halloween 2.
Yeah, that's been discussed.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Where were we at?
We can do it. We were at whatever happened before the joust.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the
joust.
The joust,
I think we're at the joust now.
The best scene.
We're at the joust.
By
joust
far.
was my favorite scene too.
I loved it.
Yeah.
So much. Fred, I mean, very Ken moment. He sits on a giant motorcycle to fight this monster that's like also on like some sort. It's the night themed monster that keeps calling everyone knaves.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
So he has a big knight spear or whatever in full armor, and Fred gets his own jousting tool, gets on this like Harley.
Is that a lance or am I?
Yeah, I think so. But he like he's got a denim jacket on, and then he pulls out of nowhere a red handkerchief and ties it around his neck so that he looks like classic Fred. And I was like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
This is a good moment. And it just got so camp.
And all of a sudden, Wanted Dead or Alive starts playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, budget.
I love when songs are on the nose. I've talked about this. Because then it starts playing like, oh, I'll ride. And then they start riding. And then they're like, Dead or Alive as they're like jousting. And Fred is aiming nowhere near where the knight is.
No. And the knight like hits him right in the chest.
Yeah.
And it's like
I really didn't understand how solid the knight's thing was, like the sword or anything was, because like earlier Daphne was like sword fighting with it, and then 5 seconds later the sword like falls off the ceiling and goes straight through a book, but like ghost like. It's like how does any of this work?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. But yeah, they just had all these insane close-ups, and I just I loved it so much.
But yeah, the joust, and then
genuinely a joust. Like I could not have expected that. And then Nick was like, "Do they all have superpowers?"
Yeah.
Seriously.
And then like Velma also goes off and she gives her weird little contraption to Shaggy and Scooby. Who are then like, is that when the Scooby Doo song plays? That's when like they run into whoever this masked guy is supposed to be.
Guy is, yeah.
Whatever he is.
There were a lot of climactic fight sequences and like big set pieces, which made it very hard to remember what happened when. Because every scene was just like that.
That was, I think, the like tar guy showed up and like captured everyone but Scooby Doo, and then he got out the fire extinguisher and froze everything, and the Scooby Doo song played, and he ran around and saved the day.
Yeah, and the song, it really felt like an end credit song, not a climactic battle song, which gave it kind of a weird energy. But it was fun. That was kind of, and then the reveals, right?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So, and there's a whole thing where we think Seth Green is the villain, but then he's not, but then he is, but then he isn't again. He's just like a guy.
He's just like there.
But then they reveal, they take the mask off of the monster, and it's like, oh my God, it was Alicia Silverstone. But then they do the classic Scooby Doo cartoon like Mission Impossible face peel.
Yeah,
and underneath it is the pterodactyl ghost man who has been like puppeting around as Alicia Silverstone the whole time.
I know, that was what I said early on. I was like, I hope either her or
you called it,
the other guy. I hope they rip their face off and it's Tim Blake Nelson, and it was.
It was.
Because I was like, Tim Blake Nelson, he's got to come back. Like, what's the point of him if there's? But then that also I had the question of, does he just have a shrine to himself in the basement? Or is that the no, it would be him, because the like camera guy who was helping her, who we've never met but now has a name and is a character, like doesn't know it's not the girl. So why would he have a shrine to the guy and then be mad about it? I don't know.
Fred was like, he pulls his hair and he's like, and this Ned, let's see who Ned is. Oh, it is just Ned.
Yeah, and it really is like, why has this never been a character that was introduced until
I was like, who's this Ned guy? I don't know who he is.
Because they were like, and his secret, like, who was his accomplice this whole time? And then they cut to a guy we've never seen before, and they give him a name like he's been here the whole time.
Yeah, I guess he was there the whole time, but
yeah, that felt like kind of a last minute script change type of vibe. I don't know what happened there.
Like maybe it was supposed to be the museum guy, and then they were like,
it didn't test well.
It didn't test well. Yeah. So they were like, who's also in that shot? Oh, that random man. He was right behind him. Okay, he's now the other bad guy, and we'll give him a name and shoot a scene.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
But yeah, that's about it. The Scooby Doo song didn't play again, or maybe it did like deep into the end credits.
No,
no, it felt like it should have been the credits song.
No, then they started playing another song, and
so many songs.
They had the dance sequence I was looking for in Spooky Buddies, where everyone's there, like every actor, and we're all hanging out and doing a choreographed dance.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
They had like the fart battle.
Oh wait, yeah, we can't forget about the fart battle. What was that? Wasn't it like Scooby and Shaggy were being chased by something with like a flamethrower, and then like Shaggy was like, Scooby Doo, like aimed him, and then like, it was like fart versus flame. And fart prevailed.
Exactly the same as in Spooky Buddies. I was like, how is this the second time that we've seen this happen in under a month? I mean, it genuinely was two opposing forces, Harry Potter and Voldemort style.
Yes.
I could not believe it. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was everything.
I think so.
Yeah.
Now we have top dog.
Top dog.
Okay. Any favorite quotes or moments that we haven't mentioned? I wrote down some quotes that I liked.
Me too. I have one or two quotes.
One of my favorites was when Velma said, "Mystery is my mistress. I heed her sweet call." I was like, what? I also liked when they kicked when Velma spent a really long time trying to figure out how are we going to defeat the knight and doing the math, and the answer was just like kick him in the balls. And the knight went right in the round tables.
Oh, is that what happened? I was like putting my makeup on. I was like, what does that mean? That's awful. Yes.
I also liked when Shaggy said they're having a montage without us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was good.
That was a good one.
The only one I wrote down.
There you go. You go.
Oh, the only quote I wrote down was when smart Scooby was talking to buff Shaggy and he said, "Hush now, buffoon."
I didn't catch that. I was gonna say I really liked when the protesters against the Scooby Doo gang were shouting "Mystery stink."
Mystery
stink.
That was
oh yeah, there was one other good. I think it was when Scooby Doo was grabbing the fire extinguisher, and somebody said, "Who do you think you are?" And it went Scooby, zoom in, Doopy, zoom in again.
Yeah.
It was like so extra.
Very extra. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think for me, there was I also wrote down right in the round tables.
Yes,
and then also
really
like the way the actor delivered like that tickles. He's like, ooh, that tickles.
Yeah.
Like, why did he deliver
the knight
it
was
like
doing
that?
a lot. Everything the knight did, I hated and loved at the same time.
Yeah.
Kind of the same with Scooby Doo, where like he scared me a lot, but I liked his energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the CG kind of added to that like unnerving feeling as well, because it just all looked kind of terrible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It did.
You know what was like the best snack as a kid? Scooby snacks were so good.
Yeah.
A Scooby snack.
They had those gummies too.
Yes.
Yeah. Those were really good.
Yeah, I miss snacks like that were like they were based on IP, but not like really relevant IP, just sort of stuff that everyone knew from the general zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't need Paw Patrol snacks. Give me like a vaguely irrelevant show from 10 years ago.
Bring back Scooby snacks. What do we think of the graphics and the CG? Not great.
Not great.
I mean, it was 2004, so it's exactly what you think it will be. And kind of crazy that they had the money for any amount of CG on top of the amount of songs that were used.
Oh yeah.
So it could have looked worse, I guess, based on that.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like because of how silly it wasn't that like, but it was still jarring a lot of times. Like certain things look just so fake.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know at what point when you start making it more real, it gets too real for how
Uncanny Valley.
Like Lion King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about animal performances? What did we think of Scooby Doo? How did he do? How did he Scooby Doo?
I think he did well. I mean, I enjoyed it. I was like, I feel like, Scooby and Shaggy, seeing them together was just like hilarious. And then I don't think they like overdid it. Well, I don't know. Then again, like I don't remember like half of this movie, so
and we just watched it.
Yeah.
I feel like they did overdo it, but that was the point. You know, it was like a Dumb and Dumber sort of dynamic.
It like
I liked how Scooby's bark was just felt like a generic sound effect, like the first sound effect you find when you search dog bark. And I liked how when he would like scramble in midair, it was the same sound from like the cartoon.
From the cartoon, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah, he had a lot of emotion, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, Shaggy and Scooby had the most emotion in like the whole
overflowing with emotion.
The whole movie.
What was everyone's top dog?
Joust.
What made the movie?
Joust.
The Joust.
I could just have watched that on repeat for an hour and a half and it would have been better.
I was gonna say the just absolutely off the walls music choices. Just how every 30 seconds it was a different song, and half the time it didn't fit with what was going on, and the other half of the time it fit too well.
Yeah.
It was the Shaggy Scooby dynamic is up there too, though, and the Joust. You can't forget the Joust.
I think Shaggy, Scooby, all the weird like tonal shifts, like during the Joust scene, it was like, you know, dead or alive, and then like Daphne like falls right next to Fred, and then all of a sudden the music gets kind of like emotional and like serious for like 30 seconds, and then it goes back to like I think it's the Scooby Doo theme song. It goes back to like some fun music, and I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah, no, it was really like tugging the audience in every direction, full whiplash, like insanity. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of music, Don't Stop the Music, our next segment.
Oh, please stop the music.
What were the what were your favorite songs, like besides Dead or Alive? We've already established that's the best one. What other ones were memorable? Or if you were to add a song somewhere,
where would it fit? Where could you add any more songs?
Anywhere.
They had maximum song capacity. I would remove songs. I liked when they were in a haunted house and there was an old phonograph like turntable and it was playing Baby Got Back. Like they have it on vinyl.
Yeah.
If I were to add something, I think it would be either I Will Survive or Staying Alive.
And the disco scene.
Yeah, because like hits the kind of vibe and the too on the nose element that I enjoy.
I think it might be funny to add like, okay, I'm gonna reference another 2000s IP movie, which I think this movie definitely used a lot better, like the needle drops were a lot better, but I would use a Smash Mouth song.
Somehow I knew that was where you were going.
Like rip off Shrek.
That would be really good.
But I feel like it would work. Like for the potion scene, I feel like.
Oh. Yeah. Other songs that I enjoyed in there were, Baby Got Back was an interesting choice. The Play That Funky Music. They didn't have the words, but they just started playing the song as Shaggy decided he was going to be smart now or something.
Or they should have had a real song, like a known song that was the song they were playing with the weird technical instruments. Instead of them just coming up with something.
When Shaggy and Scooby for no reason started singing Strangers in the Night, which is a song that I don't think any child would know. That was a really weird choice. I had like one other one that I wrote down that I was like, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just the Scooby Doo. What's the song? They're like Got the Music in You, when they were doing like flashback to them playing
the Surf's Up song also.
Yes. When they were like throwing the frisbee. I did like the okay. This actually I feel like was well executed. That we established that they had thrown a frisbee together, and then the like at the end when they're throwing the whatever the weird contraption disc around is,
Yeah.
it's like a callback.
Like a callback to that.
Yeah.
That is good.
Good job.
Yes.
One good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it
now it's who?
Okay.
If we were recasting anyone, or if you were adding anyone, or if you were gonna remake it, who would you cast? What changes will we make to casting?
That's kind of an iconic cast.
I know.
Them as a unit.
I don't think I can change anything. But I think the only things I can think to change would be okay, first off, all of the different monsters, we could have had some fun cameos from
That's
people.
true.
Yeah.
We could have had all of our favorite gangsters. as all movies reference The Godfather. We could have had we could have had that. Al
Pacino.
Yeah, if Al Pacino was like the cotton candy monster.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The cotton candy monster.
That's what we need.
They
like
had
the
no
one,
problem.
Or like Joe Pesci was like, if like Joe Pesci and who's the other guy in Home Alone? If they were the two skeletons with the eye heads that were running around.
Oh yeah. That would work.
I feel like it gets some more cartoon Scooby Doo characters, or anyone who had something to do with like the original franchise. Like the Hex Girls.
Yeah,
they'll introduce us to. Put them in everything.
Yeah,
I want live action Hex Girls. They'd be so cool.
Why didn't they play the grand opening of the museum? That would have been
Wait. Okay. Yeah. That's my pick.
I also, if you were gonna. Okay, 2 questions. First one, if you were to cast someone to be the voice of Scooby Doo, who would it be?
The voice of Scooby Doo.
Would you go like the Pokemon movie route, where it's just Ryan Reynolds as voicing Pikachu and it's just Ryan Reynolds talking? Or would you go someone trying to sound like Scooby Doo?
I guess.
I mean, now I just think Ryan Reynolds is Scooby Doo, and it's
Ryan Reynolds.
Absolutely
that would be
like maybe occasionally he does the like sort of thing, but most of the time it's just him talking like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah. Danny DeVito.
That was almost what I was gonna say too. That was gonna be the next. Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Hear me out.
Okay.
You know that guy who plays like every monster? His name is like Greg or something. Or something. Doug Jones.
Doug Jones. Yes.
Yeah. Doug Jones plays Scooby, but it's not CG. It's like a man costume.
Yes. That's good.
Yeah. Or it's like mocap. Yeah, that's what I want.
It's mocap, but they don't finish the effects. It's just a man in a gray, in like a suit with the little like ping pong balls dots
and balls.
Yeah. What if you were gonna add someone to the Scooby Doo gang?
Ooh.
Like if you could pick like either like a new actor to add, or like a new kind of type of character, or like what's missing?
So they have the smart one. They have, I guess, the two like more, like normal people.
Yeah.
Shaggy and Scooby are kind of the pair. So maybe,
Yeah, I think it should be I don't know who would play them, but somebody that like a band kid, somebody that plays an instrument, and they don't really do anything. They just play the instrument while the like fights are going on. They'll give them live music.
I like that.
I can't think of what other like archetypes it's missing.
They're the ones that play all the music.
Yeah, or like a little cat.
Oh yeah,
or
little
some
cat.
other like little animal.
What
But it
if?
could kind of be like a Garfield vibe. Garfield and whatever the dog's name is, where like one of them just makes animal noises and is like a full animal, and then there's like Scooby Doo who can vaguely talk, and it's kind of a person but a dog. Okay, now the most
Doug Jones.
Doug Jones.
I like that. I think that's.
I can't get the image out of my mind.
What if they brought in what's his name from like back in the barnyard?
What is that?
Like
that cow?
The cow.
What?
That's like a wild pig.
That's a wild pig. Do you know what we're talking about, Shannon?
No.
Look up the cow. Or wait.
I can't just look up the cow.
I'll look it up. I'll show you what we're talking about.
Are you like, is it like Barnyard, the movie that had the like Otis the cow? Is this what you're talking about?
Otis. Yeah.
Oh, I do know you. Okay.
This guy?
Yeah.
I know him.
Okay.
Why?
Just literally the same picture I pulled up.
And he does this pose like for the whole movie.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And then that would be funny. I don't know. No particular reason. It's just like could be Scooby's friend.
So I feel maybe a fun crossover would be for a sequel if they were to ever make another one of these. Or it's like now they're all like 40 and is Scooby-Doo alive? I don't know. I guess probably not.
Oh yeah, lifespan. Oh no.
Reunion.
This is just the play you were talking about.
I know, but let's see a live action movie.
That could get really depressing.
Yeah.
That'd be funny to see though.
Yeah.
Matthew Lillard can finally have his like dramatic role that we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
Wait. Yeah, you're so
It's a drama. It's a pure drama, and it's just about like maybe they're really canceled again, and it's like the repercussions of like of running around Coolsville, causing mayhem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I guess to move on. Where would we put the train?
Oh,
we
man,
forgot
every
about
time
perspective.
We did. Oh, I don't know where anything goes, but I know we're supposed to have done that.
That is after Top Dog, you're right. Okay, perspective.
We can compare to the first one.
Yeah,
neither of us saw this one before.
Or compared to any other iterations, if you like other ones better or worse.
The first one I have such a loose memory of. Were you guys at the DK screening of that? Is that where we saw it?
No.
Yes.
Okay. I remember it was when Abby was Cinematic Affairs and she was just like, it guys, it's Scooby Doo tonight. Which was great, honestly. And we watched the first live action Scooby Doo where they go to the like theme park or whatever. And it was like 4 of us sitting in one of those giant rooms in Goldwyn Smith. And then some random guy walked in and was like, what is this? And we're just sitting there in the dark, a bunch of grown adults watching Scooby Doo on the big projector screen at like 10:30 at night. And we were like, oh, it's a club meeting. And he was like, can I watch with you guys? And we were like, yeah, I guess. Yeah. And he sat there in silence and watched the whole movie with us. And then at the end, he just got up and left. It was like, good night. Never saw him again. But yeah, it was a crazy movie. I barely remember it. It just so much happened. I know it was like this one in that way.
I feel like I like each iteration of Scooby Doo for like I like them all individually. Like I can't really compare them because they're all like a different sort of vibe.
Yeah.
Of like this cast is really good and it is like what it is, and then like the different, I don't know, like the more recent one that Isabel likes is like fun because it's like kind of commenting on it and there's like a little more substance to what's going on, and like the older cartoons, it's like I've watched kind of watched them growing up and they're fun.
I like how just absolutely insane this one in particular was. I mean, there were just some moments where, yeah.
Yeah.
I recommend it for a friend night, for a good time.
Yeah. It's kind of like, it's a fun turn your brain off type, like, yeah. I don't know.
I think it works best that way, because if you pay too much attention, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I feel like I liked the other one better. If I don't totally remember it, but I feel like the other one's more fun.
I feel like it was better as a movie. I don't, this one had more moments of just like, huh?
True. Okay.
I feel like they were both crazy though, because the other one had Scrappy Doo and like still had Hot Velma and just the whole theme park setting. That was the one where they have Scooby Doo on the plane in like a human outfit. That is
what?
But I don't remember this amount.
Yeah, that's a crazy
weird music choices. So I feel like it's slightly less unhinged in some of the ways this one is.
Yeah, I don't remember anything on the level of the music in this one.
Yeah,
they got all that sequel money and said spend it all on the soundtrack.
No music.
Yeah. And now for where do we put the train?
Oh yeah.
Where would we put the train?
Monster Train. Instead of Mystery Machine limo, Mystery Machine train, and they go around the country doing a publicity tour.
Oh, I like that.
Oh,
that's good.
That's good.
Like a tour bus, but it's just really long for some reason. I don't know.
And it looks like the mystery.
The mystery
machine. I feel like a conductor as one of the like weird monsters.
Yeah.
Like a train conductor, and he has like a little train that he rides around instead of like, because there's that one part where like a weird ghost ship flies over the town. And then it never happens again, and it's never really explained if that was.
What was that? Why was there a pirate ship?
Absolutely no idea.
I thought that was gonna come back somehow.
No, so if that was a train.
I was kind of thinking like, what if they had like for the last battle, when Shaggy and Scooby are like, making their Scooby Doo rap. Basically, they activate a train that like is supposed to go directly into the city or something, and like cause mayhem, and like their mission is to like stop that train.
That's fun.
Like cause some drama, like that movie Unstoppable, where like with Denzel Washington, I think.
Oh,
they're trying to stop that train.
Yeah.
Sounds like Speed.
Or Speed.
Yeah.
Like,
isn't there one? There's like a Liam Neeson one like that too.
Yeah.
I think it happens like the Commuter, maybe.
The Commuter. Oh, that came out like relatively recently, right?
Yeah, it was like, maybe 2018, 2019, 2017,
something like
there.
that.
More train.
Yeah, 2018.
Train movies.
So
that's a podcast on its own. Train movies. The spin-off podcast. Here is the train. It's just movies where there's a train.
I like that.
There are a lot. There are a lot.
The segment is, where would you remove the train?
What if this wasn't on a train?
Wow.
What other transportation could this be on?
If any.
Oh wow, that'd be interesting.
Wow. Full of ideas today. Okay, what are we rating it? How many paws out of 4? And Nick, you can do partial paws.
Partial? Okay.
Yeah. Just 4's the max.
I'm gonna go like 1.75 out of 4, which I think is a first for me. Because I've just been giving everything 2 out of 4. Because I mean, this is objectively one of the worst ones probably that we've done, but very entertaining. So maybe it should be.
Why was I gonna give it a 3?
This happens every time. I'm like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. You're like, I loved it.
And I was like, that's kind of fun.
Maybe okay. I'm bumping up to a 2.
I might
Not
go
a
like
3.
2.5. I'll bump
3
down.
is crazy.
I'll bump down.
Okay.
I think I just liked how unhinged it was.
Yeah.
It was just
that's
like
why it's not a
goofy
1.
time. Yeah. It's not good, but it's fun.
I think I'll go like a 2.75.
Okay.
I had a fun time with it. I think like
Yeah.
it's I don't know if I would like watch it again. Maybe I would, but like
I would watch it to show someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just sit down with like
Yeah.
a glass of wine for a
And
movie night and watch this.
Maybe
I would
maybe that is the
make
way to
people
watch it
with
though.
me. Actually, okay.
Maybe.
I think
You're
no, you need like 5 glasses of wine and then it'll be a really good movie.
a whole bottle of wine.
Yeah.
That's
then it'll be a
5
4 out of
yeah.
4 paws.
Mhm.
But
Well, on to the final segment. I guess almost final. Nick, yay or nay time.
yes. Okay.
You have your questions.
Yeah, I have
The
some
best
questions
segment.
prepared for y'all.
Amazing.
It's kind of it's like a mix of true and false. I think I have like 1 or 2 true and false, but it's like
Okay.
a lot of like,
Cool.
some multiple choice, some
Fun.
I'll get into it.
Okay.
Okay. Let me pull it up. Okay, I've been waiting for this moment. I'm just kidding. All right. So, what this is kind of so this is more of like the original Scooby Doo trivia, but what is the original name for Scooby Doo? And the options are A, Doobert/Doobie, B, Marmaduke, C, Ruh-roh, and D, Too Much.
Too much.
Yeah. Which is such a weird name for. Oh, what? Sorry.
I feel like it's that one then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna guess Marmaduke.
I was gonna guess the first one. Well, Marmaduke is a different dog.
I know, but I thought first. I don't know why I was thinking first. That is another Great Dane, but I thought maybe they were one and the same one back in the day. Too much.
I don't understand. Yeah, that's literally the name of the dog.
It. That would have been a really confusing.
That's
like what kind of name is that for a dog?
That's
I
yeah.
don't get it. I was like looking it up. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm glad that's the answer because like I would have then wondered where you got that from.
Yeah, it's like I thought that was the original. I thought that was the name of the show.
Yeah,
but no, the
that would make
original
more
name.
sense.
Yeah, that would make a lot more sense, right?
Huh.
But they had an original name for the show too. So,
Weird.
yeah. Do y'all want to take a guess at this? Isn't a multiple choice, but do y'all want to take a guess at what the original name for the show was?
Imagine if we got it.
Too much mystery.
That's pretty good.
One of those words is in the title.
I'm gonna guess it's mystery.
Yeah.
Mystery Incorporated. Just short and simple.
Mystery Friends.
Okay, so you got the letter of the first one correct.
Which one? The F? Friends? Or
for Friends.
Okay,
yeah.
Mystery.
It's two words.
Mystery for fun.
Mystery Force. Mystery
Task
Files.
Force. Mystery
5.
Mystery 5?
Yeah. Mysteries 5. That's the original title.
What? All of that feels not real.
No,
Mysteries 5.
That's awful.
The Mysteries 5 and Too Much.
That's
like
incoherent.
None of that has happened.
Just a string of words.
That would not have gone anywhere.
No.
It's not catchy at all. It's like
no.
Okay. Ooh, okay. So Next question. How does Shaggy identify his fans at the start of the movie or his friends?
See, I really want to say the stoners, but I
The
know
Mystery
that's
Five. I don't remember.
the Shagadelics.
Or sorry, I mean like how does he find them? How does he know where
Not what are they called?
Oh. No.
He finds them by the smell.
Yeah.
The weed smell.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Really?
Yeah.
I was clearly not paying attention to that. But they all did look like him.
Yeah.
Did Fred have any fans?
Oh, the girls, because he gave them the ascot.
You're right.
He's like,
you're right.
I have an ascot for each of you,
You're
or
right.
whatever. I don't know.
I thought he just didn't have any fans.
I know, I like that each person has like one of the mystery five that they like.
Yeah.
Like, no one is just like, I like all of them.
If
like
you were a
K-pop
fan,
bias.
which one would you like if you were a fan? Who would you associate with?
Ooh.
Scooby Doo. 100%.
Scooby.
Maybe Shaggy, because I think it's funny to have your favorite be the one that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I mean, we fit right into the Velma squad. So
Velma.
Yeah,
Scooby or
we've
Velma.
been there, done that. Yeah.
So, okay. So this is kind of a funny, well, okay. This kind of takes us back to the original Scooby Doo movie. So, what was the rating of the original Scooby Doo movie? Like the original cut?
PG 13? PG?
R.
Yeah, it was rated R.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Was it just for like swearing or violence? Nudity? Is that what it was? I don't. For some reason,
Which
like
one are we talking about?
The first one,
where they go
original
to
Scooby Doo.
It was so shot as a kids movie, though.
Apparently, there's a wait.
There's an R cut of it.
There's an R-rated cut.
Oh my god!
Show us the R-rated.
Yes.
Where is it? That's insane.
I think it's language. It's like, yeah. Well, I'm gonna ask you some questions based on that cut.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So in the first Scooby Doo, there were two Scooby Doo characters that were supposed to kiss, or they did kiss at a deleted scene. So which two characters were they?
Oh, I've heard about this.
I think I know this.
Was this a real thing or just like an internet thing? The Daphne Velma
It's a real
kiss?
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, Daphne and Velma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah.
Real. Yeah.
Wow. It would have been so much more fun.
I know that would have brought the movie like up.
Yeah.
4 paws instantly. Yeah, I don't know. There were a lot of like I think you can find some of the deleted scenes online. I don't think you can find the Velma kiss one, the Velma Daphne kiss, but I know that that Sarah Michelle Gellar was talking about it on a show. So it is out there. Like it does exist. But I don't know if it'll see the light of day. Okay. Who is the oldest cast member out of Mystery Inc?
Scooby voice actor.
I was gonna say Scooby Doo. I'm gonna say Matthew Lillard is Shaggy.
Ooh, okay. So I initially thought it was Matthew Lillard, But then I checked the voice actor for Scooby Doo, and he's.
See, I was gonna say that, but I felt like I had to pick someone else. Okay.
Yeah. So. Okay. So this kind of takes us back to the inspiration for Scooby Doo, but what song was Scooby Doo inspired by?
I also feel like I've heard this.
Baby Got Back.
It's something with like do's in it, isn't it?
Yeah, you're on the right track.
I have no idea. You got it.
You're gonna say it and I'm gonna go, oh yeah, but I can't think of anything.
So y'all did mention it, I will say, during our talk.
We did?
Think, because Scooby Doo is a pretty old property, right? So
yeah.
Think out of place music.
Strangers in the Night, is that what it? I was like, what have we? Is that it?
Yeah.
So that's why they sing it?
Yeah, that's why they sing it.
Oh, that makes more sense now.
Yeah. Because I think at the end of Strangers in the Night, Frank Sinatra says like doobie.
Oh yeah, he does. Yes.
And the creator, I guess, misheard and thought he said Scooby Doo. So then that's how he.
Oh my god, that makes so much more sense why they were singing it now. Because I was like, what? Yeah. That has nothing to do with anything.
Okay. Let's see. All right, true or false? Did the actors do their own stunts?
I bet some of them did.
I bet they at least all. Yeah.
So out of the mystery out of Mystery Inc.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all did their stunts.
Oh wow.
For that. Always say that.
Surprisingly.
Like, that's an insurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like they didn't. But I bet they were like, yeah, I feel like I've heard that.
Maybe they said that they did. Okay. Okay. A third Scooby Doo was in the works. Where was it going to set place? And this is multiple choice. England, Croatia, Italy, or Scotland?
Scotland. I bet it was like
Shannon, what's your guess?
Definitely either Italy or Scotland.
I think it was the like Loch Ness Monster one where they're at like a castle, because I've seen the like animated one of that. That's my guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and then okay, yeah, you're right. It would have taken place in Scotland.
Wow.
And
big
apparently, yeah. So Coolsville to Scotland. But apparently the plot was like they were gonna find monsters, but then the monsters weren't the actual bad guys, so they needed to like confront their biases on monsters or something like that.
Wow.
Real deep stuff.
If only that was made.
Yeah.
Yeah, this second one didn't do well, so that's why it wasn't.
Shocking.
I wonder why.
Okay, so what fast food chain was originally product placement before they changed it for Max? For HBO Max. Okay. Well, they don't call it that anymore, but anyway. A, Burger King. B, McDonald's. C, Domino's. Or D, Pizza Hut.
Doesn't this movie just have Pizza Hut energy?
Yeah. I'm gonna guess something else just to see. I'm gonna say Burger
King. Ooh, okay. So they said KFC, but if you look in the subtitles, they give you the actual answer, which is Burger King. So you got it right, Sydney.
Why was it removed?
I think I read it's like I think Burger King had the rights for like the UK and not the US or something like that. And then like when they transferred it over, like they some kind of I don't know, some kind of rights thing. Like
Weird.
Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, if you notice like in the beginning when he throws the cup when Scooby like throws the cup on the um like the I don't know, the guy, the driver maybe, he's like I think it's a KFC cup, but in the original it's a Burger King cup. So yeah. Um Funny little detail, I guess. But okay. Final question.
All right.
This is well, I'm just gonna say it. Who was Scooby Doo rumored to originally turn into when drinking the potion? So in the movie, we see that he turns into the Tasmanian devil. But here, actually, why don't y'all guess first, and then I'll give you the multiple choice options.
Whichever one is the cat in Tom and Jerry. Is that Tom?
Ooh.
I'm gonna guess it's something absolutely nonsense. I think it's like a person. I think it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ooh, okay. So the options are ready?
Yeah.
A, Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
B, Daffy Duck. C, George Bush. And D, Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. That's my guess.
Okay, Shannon, what's your guess?
Oh God, I don't know which one of these is the most insane. I'm gonna go. I mean, because they're all just so many lawsuits. Like Tom Cruise weirdly feels like the most plausible one. I want it to be George Bush. Official.
Okay.
George Bush.
Oh, so that's your guess, George Bush.
Sure. Why not?
Okay. Well, it's not Tom Cruise, and oddly enough, it is a person. So it was George Bush.
No. Oh my God.
A lot of questions. Why
are they gonna get like real George Bush?
Yeah, what was the plan?
That's
this was just
so weird.
And said okay.
I don't know. Like I guess like I know the reason they decided not to was because the movie comes out in 2004, right? So that would mean that George Bush wouldn't be president for long, or so they thought, because the presidential election was coming up. So that's why they didn't end up doing it. But yeah.
Otherwise, they would have made George Bush be in this.
That was the only one.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah. That's the strangest fact yet.
Yeah. Best for last.
Someone's gotta edit that.
The option to get it without the multiple choice, as if we were gonna know it was George.
Yeah, you can edit it out.
Yeah.
Somebody's gotta edit it. Somebody's gotta edit a version of the movie with the George Bush.
Yeah. But yeah, that was
amazing. That was a good yay or nay section. Thank you. Thank you for helping us learn.
Yeah. It was funny, like just doing a deep dive on these movies. I was like not expecting any of this.
Learn that George Bush was supposed to be in it. You didn't think that was gonna happen.
No.
Insane.
Didn't have that on my bingo card. But yeah.
Well, yeah, to wrap up, grand finale. Any final thoughts? Do we recommend? I think it's a good movie for friend night.
Go watch it. You'll have fun.
Yeah.
Go watch it.
If you're gonna watch it by yourself, grab your whole bottle of wine.
Yeah, just down it.
Yeah.
It's a it's a unique movie for sure. It's like it's funny. I kind of think it's funny how like James Gunn, I think he wrote it, right? But he
wrote
like
it.
started, like he started his career here, and then like now like he just did Guardians 3, so like just to see that
now he's like
career
over
progression.
there running DC or whatever he's doing.
Oh yeah, he's running DC, so
Gotta start.
Really, stars can come from anywhere.
Yeah.
You can start. You can start.
You can start anywhere.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, our traditional sign off now is to make the noise of the animal. So I feel like we've got to do our best Scooby Doo impression.
Okay.
I could do a really good Scooby Doo impression when I was a kid, because I realized it's a matter of using your vocal cords while inhaling instead of exhaling.
Oh.
I don't know if I can but that's basically how you do a really good Scooby.
I don't want to go first. I know mine's gonna be bad.
Okay, I'll go first, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was actually pretty good.
The stand up.
Well, now I feel like I gotta try this.
You have to like breathe in and like 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 that.
Oh.
Like, you hear that? Yeah. And that's why you can only say like certain consonants, like Ruby Roo.
No, I'm breathing in too much. I'm only breathing again. I'm gonna do him when he's just trying to talk and he's just going
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right.
Follow us on Instagram at Pawlywood Pawdcast. Nick, do you have anything you want to plug or anywhere people can find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Nick Lou Films on Instagram or TikTok. Yeah.
TikTok.
Is that our first TikTok promotion?
Maybe we tried to get Avi. We were like, Avi, you're big on TikTok, right? And he was like, no. Oh, Nick, you've had some that got like a lot of views, right?
There was like one video that got like a great like I got like 200K, which I was like, wow. Like it was TikTok is crazy. Like, but yeah, not ever since, no. But that's fine. I'll take it.
It'll happen again after this.
After this blows up. What? It's my Scooby Doo impression. Plastered all over the internet.
Isn't that what you always wanted?
Yeah. I'll get a limo. We'll be in the Mystery Machine limo. We got our outfits ready. So.
That's how you know you've made it.
Yeah.
In Mystery Machine limo.
I've just been playing with a hammer this one.
Oh, I was gonna ask.
Oh wow.
No.
All of my tools from putting things together all over my floor. So
well, Nick, it's been very nice to see you. Thank you for joining the show today and recommending this franchise.
Yes. a good pick.
Thanks for having me. Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye again.